And of course, the one thing you can count on in life is that humans will be humans. And they're not going to act the exact right way to make us feel good all the time. In fact, one of the blessings that relationship brings us is that they act in a way that actually doesn't make us feel good, right? It exposes our own lack of connection to ourselves. They'll do something and we'll make up that we're hurt because they did something. And we'll feel pain because they're triggering something inside of us that is very painful, that's reminding us of something painful, that's triggering old childhood wounds or what have you. There's many things that go on in relationships, but one of the blessings is that they make us grow, and they make us move more towards wholeness inside of ourselves if we look at the conflicts in a very healthy way. So pre-grieving has also helped me in my relationships to let go of not only the inevitable loss of that relationship, whether through death, whether we stay together forever and then die, or through a premature death of an accident, or just a breakup, or a disagreement. When people have disagreements and they kind of move apart, many of us feel an emptiness inside, like a ripping out of our heart when fights happen with our loved ones. Well, we're not feeling our love and our connection inside. We're actually feeding off of that other person for that love and connection. And pre-grieving is a way to get more connected to the truth, to get more connected to our own source of love. See, we have this fear of loss, and this fear of loss is a barrier between us and the other, but it's also a barrier between us and our own connection to our hearts. And the more connected that we are, the more love we feel. The important thing is to find that connection, the source of the connection. Not trying to feed off of somebody else, but finding it inside. I engage the process of pre-grieving. I remove a big chunk of fear. And there's a natural result of removing a big chunk of fear, is that what comes in to replace it is love. Fear and love, that's all there is. Get rid of some fear and love comes in to take its place. Real love. That loss, that fear of loss, can show up in many behavioral ways that cause a lot of pain and suffering. So you can try this with not only the puppies in your life or the animals, but try it with the people. Think about what it's like when someone does die, when someone does leave the body. And you go to their funeral and you cry and you grieve. Once you get done with the grieving process, if you actually truly, fully allow yourself the process of grieving, what is left? What's usually left for most people is warmth, fond memories when they think about this person, remembering the good times, actually drawing strength from the memories instead of weakness, instead of sadness, drawing on what that person meant to them. Whether it was, maybe that person gave them strength or gave them confidence, or maybe that person was a really artistic person, and when you think of them, you open up to beauty and you open up to artistic things. Whatever that person, whatever they represented, whatever their life stood for, whatever it meant to you, that's what you can mostly connect to after you do the grieving process. Well, there's no reason to wait for people to die to do that. You can do it now. We can pre-grieve now and get rid of the falseness, the false love, that the love somehow will go away when that person dies. Because that's what our mind thinks, that once I lose this physical presence, that what's real, the love and the connection is going to go away. And that's just not the truth. What the real love is that connection that's left after the grieving, after someone dies, and you can enjoy that now. You can have that now with the person in your life that you love, with your relatives, with puppies, with cats, with anything in your life. Any material thing, if you pre-grieve the loss of it, you can start to let go of the mental attachment that you think that this is the source of your love and fulfillment, and can start to move through that lie and move through the suffering and the burden that that lie causes, and start to really experience the real love, the real connection, the real truth that's there. There's nothing more satisfying than being able to let a fear go, let a wall go, and just fully embrace something that you love. Without the fear of loss, without the sentimentality of, somehow this object or this person is making me feel whole and complete. Because that's really not the truth. And you can see through to the truth that those things don't make you who you are. Those things don't make us feel fulfilled. Those things aren't what really matter. And the sooner we can embrace that truth and embrace the inevitability of it, the sooner we can actually get on to enjoying what we do have in our life more freely and more fully, and have much more enjoyment with it. And when the loss finally does happen, the grieving process is so much shorter. It's so much easier. There's so much more love that can be felt in the grieving process than having to move through all this delayed sadness and this delayed pushing back of these fears, and they finally burst out into the forefront. And you will gain the benefit of really enjoying what's happening now in the present moment. Really enjoying and being grateful for what's in our life, as opposed to fearing the loss of it and then closing our hearts down. Which, if you know the secret, you know that that can only bring you more of what you really want anyway. Opening your heart, embracing what is so, being grateful for what you have, can only bring you more of it. So I urge you to please consider that if you're having these feelings, and most of us have some fear of losing something, a car, a house, a person, an animal, whatever it is, it's always looming there somewhere. It doesn't take very long, and it's not really as hard as it sounds. Just allow yourself to be real and tell the truth and feel the feelings about what is present, what's true. And you will be able to find much more enjoyment with those things in your life that you're afraid of losing. And you will be grateful and be able to fully feel the gratitude and the connection that those things came in your life, instead of feeling the horror that, oh, this came into my life and I love it so much I don't want to lose it. And then you start grasping, and then you contract, and then you try to hold on, and then that actually makes your body tighten, right? Part of activating the secret is to open your body, open the chest, open the heart, open to gratitude, open to being grateful for what has come. And that will just bring more of it. What we're afraid to lose will actually cause us to have less. And what we have the courage to embrace and to be grateful for will actually bring us more of it. It's hard to trust sometimes, but if you just try it, you will you learn something about yourself, and you learn something about the relationships that you have in your life. And you will have a greater appreciation and a greater gratitude and a greater depth to your love.